I'm Tiffany, better known as Miss Bellargo.
I'm Salim Roberts, aka Salim Vanderpump, aka Mr. Cherry Pie.
I'm one half of the owner. It's pretty much, I wear like many hats. I am primarily, I would say, the business. Salim is more of the creative side. However, I do still oversee all design aspects of the company. But anything of the general day-to-day business, running the stores, keeping accounts, bookkeeping, ordering, cash flow, that kind of thing is more my lane.
I go over color schemes. I'm always looking ahead to what the new fashion trends is, coming up with concepts for our fall and winter spring collections. I hobnob with a lot of our celebrity clients and get them to wear Bellargo so we can get PR and press, which translate into sales, as well as working on the day-to-day operations and running of the company with Tiffany.
Over the past 10 years, I would say our biggest challenge was starting out, because when we began, Salim and I were very young. Either one of us had experience, and we kind of just dove into Bellargo.
I mean, we went through bad business partners, bad investments, just not knowing the business of, what it took to run an apparel line. Me and Tiffany met when we were literally 19, 20 years old, 10 years ago. Now we're like in our early 30s, and we didn't know the game back then.
Not really knowing what to do. Had we known then what we knew now, and I feel like we could have shaved down 5 years. But overall, I would definitely say everything has been a blessing compared to challenges that I hear of other startup companies.
One of the biggest challenges I face is scheduling. My schedule is always off. I need an assistant. So I might have 3 meetings. Might have a meeting at a store with one of our vendors, one of the store owners that carry our line. I might have a deadline for a concept for designs, and just taking care of myself on a day-to-day. I'm bad with time.
I would say one of the biggest challenges, especially starting out, is being a woman in a male-dominated, I wouldn't say fashion necessarily is male-dominated field, but in any kind of business, it's usually male-dominated. So being a woman boss, so to speak, for people to take me serious as a woman, usually they will automatically go to Salim as if I work for him instead of treating us as equal. So in the beginning, that was one of the biggest challenges, but not any longer, I wouldn't say. In the next 10 years, I know where I would like to see Bellargo. Definitely worldwide. We're trying to kind of follow the blueprint of Dash, where we would have different locations of the Bellargo boutique in different destination cities.
Russia, I see us in France, Italy. I see us in Japan. I see us in stores all across the country.
I would see Bellargo in like your major department stores, Bloomingdale's, Neiman's, Nordstrom's.
I see Bellargo fragrances, shoes. I see us having stores in malls. I see us being a global brand with, a multi-million dollar business.
Brand integrity for me is the biggest part that I want to get across. We have been approached by several stores, but product placement is kind of a tricky thing, because wherever we decide to put our product, that dictates the life that Bellargo is going to have.
I would say after 10 years, it never gets easy because each new obstacle is different. We set higher goals than we set before. Like before, it was like, okay, we want to be in one store, we want to have one store, we want to do one photo shoot. Now we're in 5 stores, but now we want 10. So it's like the bigger the goals are, the relationship evolves and changes.
Salim and I have developed something similar to a marriage. We feel more like he's kind of my work husband.
People from the outside looking in wouldn't understand our relationship. It's very complex. We're like brother and sister in a bad marriage, bad romance sometimes. Sometimes it's in a good romance. It just all depends. I go through my moods, she goes through her moods. But at the end of the day, it's like I got her back. She knows my back.
Again, that's why I would compare it. It's kind of like to a marriage. When you argue with your husband, at the end of the day, you still go to bed, you love him, y'all still married. So that's the best way I would describe our working relationship.
I'm glad Tiffany's loosening up a little bit.
If you ask him, he would say I'm kind of like a dictator, but I don't think that I am.
Because Tiffany's so guarded and she's so calculated. She's like good with numbers. And she's usually a person that is not a risk taker.
Yeah, I come off probably a little stern, harsh, always straight to business, because most of the time I am 24/7 business, but when I'm not at business, I am a fun person. I think my staff, and sometimes Salim just sees me as 100% work, but that's not true all the time.
I'm the wild child. I'm the one that's like, let's just do it. I don't care. Let's try it. If it works, if it don't work, fuck it. But you know, she needs a guaranteed return on things. She's not going to risk. She's not a gambler. I'm a gambler. I'm like, throw the dice. Shit, we might hit $1 million. She's like, no. I need, like, she's very organized, very precise with business. I'm the total opposite, but I feel like that's the marriage that we made, and I feel like that's why we work.
You know, in closing, it has been an amazing 10 years. I feel like now we are both myself and Salim are both very comfortable in our positions. I like where we are partnership wise. We, you know, are able to communicate better, especially starting off again when we first began. We started a business with only knowing each other for like a week. We had never been friends prior, so we jumped into a business relationship. But over the years, I feel like we developed it's more like family than a friendship.
It can't stop the rain. I actually love that thing because it reminds me of, like, you guys have been doing it for such a long time, 10 years. You can't stop us. Like, Bellargo's here to stay. You know?
We won't stop.